My name is CJ Thoms. I play the part of CJ. My character, he's likable, but he's likable because people worry about him. He starts off as a young guy, a young kid, 16 years old, being bullied by JB's character, who's supposed to be his older brother. Doesn't find out till he talks to his mom about who it is. But throughout the movie, he's seen as someone who's being taken under someone's wing, being looked after, and every time he's alone, everyone's like, okay, what's gonna happen to him now? Because as progression goes, it's like his character has just been getting messed up all the time.
My name is Darren Holmquist. I wrote, directed, edited, fight choreographed, and I also act in We Are Blood. My character's name is Gavin. I am CJ's best friend. However, I kind of play as a brother figure to him, and I kind of watch out for him. I train him, and I also train him in martial arts, and that's kind of where the whole tone of the action comes into, is through my character. In the end, I'm kind of like the outsider's perspective. I almost kind of relate to the audience through what goes on between JB and CJ. He cares a lot for CJ as a friend and as a brother, and seeing the way that JB treats him, he almost feels like he kind of owes it to step in and do whatever it takes to make sure CJ's okay. That's kind of where it comes in when CJ gets jumped by JB and his pals, and Gavin steps in. And at the same time, he's a little bit overbearing towards that because he won't let CJ kind of take control of his life, but CJ can't really take control of himself either because he doesn't have confidence. So Gavin also has to learn, he has to accept that CJ needs to handle things himself. And basically through Gavin not interfering with JB, he learns what he needs about CJ.
I'm Jon Burnett, and my character is JB in We Are Blood. JB is a very, very angry kid, and he resents CJ with all of his heart. He's the older brother of CJ, and there have been some family issues with, promiscuity, and the result of it was CJ was born, and I resented that, and, I had to fuck him up, plain and simple.
I'm Hernandez. I'm co-producer, and I worked on the VFX, and I'm also cinematographer. Story-wise, I feel this one's a lot stronger than his other films. Like we all feel bullied sometimes. And the character of CJ is supposed to represent us, and then like his brother in the film, JB, is the bully. It's a much more personal tale. You can feel the heart in this film more than I feel like you have in the previous films. Straight up, I feel it's much more badass. Here we do have a lot of ass kicking, like not only are we trying to spread a message, it also looks pretty cool too. Like, to be completely real. And I feel, especially with the males, this film would resonate a lot more. Where, we were all coming from somewhere. The bullies are, you don't know what's going on in their lives, and we explore that in this film as well. It basically shows that we all need to understand. It's as cheesy as it sounds, it's a film about understanding. And the more we understand about each other, the less we'll hate on each other because of our differences.
I didn't really have any type of negative or positive reaction to it. I was, well, you can say positive, yes I did, because I was excited about the role of JB, and I thought it was a really good, deep villain that I could play. And he has a little bit of a backstory from all the other characters that I played in the past. So I thought I could really work with this and sort of bring JB to life.
I wasn't actually too keen on this story the first time. A lot of directors are kind of like, they write the script and then they're like, oh, I love this, I want to go out and shoot this. I wrote this as a backup story. I wanted to do something else for directing one project, and my teacher didn't really want me to be the lead. So I kind of thought, what am I going to do to control the situation? So then I thought, well, CJ's been a member of my stunt team for almost 2 years, and he's a pretty good actor, and he's somebody I could actually trust. So I decided to cast him as my lead, and I pretty much wrote the rest of the script around people that I had in mind to be in the film later and just hoping they would do it. When it came to actually shooting, right after the first day and starting to edit the footage, because I started to actually see a little bit more in the story than I guess I did only 4 or 5 drafts I did before we shot. To the point where I started to actually care for the project and really wanted to see where the rest of this could go.